Hi, welcome to the Dear Diplomats podcast. As you can see, there's a new change in scenery and a new host, as Dara is actually studying abroad right now in Italy. Let's wish her good luck.
Good luck.
So my name is Jaff Joseph. I'm your new host, posse scholar, sophomore, and I'm here today with
Genab Diallo. I'm also a posse scholar and I'm a junior.
Yeah, so today we're just going to be getting to know Genab. I feel like she has really important roles here on campus, and it's important to get to know some of the students here at FNM as well as the staff. Genab, the first question I have for you is, what are some things you're involved with here on campus? Let's start.
I'm involved with a dance company. I am a first year mentor. I am also part of Chumies. What else am I part of? I work as a manager at the Steinman College Center, and I am also one of the leaders for the Apollo Night Showcase that's happening in February this month.
I actually did not know that you were a first year mentor. How's that going?
It's going pretty well, honestly. Now that we're in our spring semester, a lot of the first years are now like free balling, they're getting the hang of things. So I'm just here, really just sitting down, waiting for them, giving them reminders here and there. But it's a fun process, being able to just be that point of person for a lot of first years to come in and lean on, not even lean on, but rely on, because moving to a new environment, being around new people, just engaging in something that's completely new to you can be very intimidating. So yeah, it's pretty fun.
And would you say your first year mentor was the one that inspired you, or did you believe that you had to be this person for somebody else because of your lack of experience?
Yeah, I actually didn't have a first year mentor, so indeed it's really the lack of experience and me not having it. Thankfully I was able to have some friends, some upperclassmen to ask, but as a first year it could be really hard to be that first person to initiate a conversation like that. So the way not the conversation, but the way the system is that every first year is assigned a first year mentor, so they don't have to do the initiating. Rather, the upperclassman is the one that's kind of encouraging them to ask questions, encouraging them to kind of step out their comfort zone. So yeah, honestly, I'm glad that I was able to step up and be that person, so incoming first years don't have to feel the need to, just think about that scary idea of like reaching out to upperclassmen while trying to get accustomed to a new environment and just getting into the works of Franklin and Marshall. So
I see that you're very interested in stepping out your comfort zone, and I've noticed that you're in a lot of dance related things. So tell me about that. You love dance?
I love to dance. I'm taking 2 dance classes this semester alongside being in Chumies Dance Company. I'm doing an independent study for my friend that's dancing as well, and I'm leading Apollo. So dance is a passion of mine. I don't even know how it really came about, because I remember like growing up, me and my siblings were always into dance. Or like into just like performing. I remember like, do you know Cheetah Girls? How to be like a singer, a dancer, an actor. I was like a singer, but I never really like internalized or like realized how much dancing was like a big part of me till middle school, where I would like join the dance teams and I would just be involved in a lot of dance projects, and honestly just followed through high school and to now.
Tell me more about Apollo. What is Apollo Night? I've been hearing that all around campus this year and last year.
Apollo Night. Apollo Night is the time for the Black community here at FNM to shine, honestly. Well, obviously it's in February, also in light of Black History Month. During this time, we all meet up, or a lot of us meet up, and we dedicate the ending of February to Black culture, whether that's through singing, that's through dancing, that's through poetry, or many other aspects of culture that resonates to the Black community here. And we just showcase that to the FNM community. Honestly, to me, my favorite month here at FNM is February. I cannot lie to you, because you really see the community come together. We're all very busy, taking 4 or more classes and battling or handling our extracurriculars at the same time. But knowing that we have this big goal to like put on a show and like essentially showcase our identity to the FNM community at the end of the month, we all make time throughout our busy schedules to spend long hours in the studio, long hours in meetings, talking to heads or talking to faculty, just to spread information or get the works of Apollo together. And even though it is stressful or adds to the stress that we have here, it's a wonderful process, to be honest, because we all engage with one another. You see more of your peoples more than usual, since you guys are always together on a more frequent basis. And there's nothing that's like more beautiful than seeing all of your friends' visions come together at the end. All the blood, sweat, and tears that we all put in the studio, whether it's in the studio or whether it's putting up the audio for a camera, you know what I mean? We all go through many lengths, extremes, challenges, just to make sure that we're able to showcase what essentially means to be us, what it means to live in our truth, live as Black people, coming from many different places. It's just beautiful when you see all the different lives. Everyone's identity comes together in Apollo.
Yeah, with the different sections.
Yeah.
Can you list the sections?
So we have dance, we have singing / spoken word poetry, we have musical performances. We also have our emceeing, which I think is a section in itself because the characters, the personalities, they're really there and they do make the show. Within the dance section, we have genres of African American, kumpa, even though it's Caribbean, step. Am I missing one? Did I say American and American?
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the big five.
And I assume that you're a choreographer this year.
Yeah, I am. I'm choreographing for dance for African and for step this semester. So yeah.
And how's that been going? Is this your first time really choreographing, or is it something that you've done before for your free time? Has it been hard balancing something as serious as choreographing with the relationship that you have with your friends? How's that been going for you?
This is my first year actually like choreographing. We had an Apollo night last year, but I wasn't really the head of African, nor was I really in a leadership position. So this year is where.
So this year you're a part of E-Board.
I'm a part of E-Board. I'm like choreographing head E-Board.
Head E-Board.
Choreographing like 3+ pieces. Like I've never choreographed.
Don't even say 3+. Let's say like 5+.
Yeah, 5.
It's actually more than 5, and which is insane to me. I'm not one that can. Well, I like to push my limits like you. I usually don't like to try and learn 1,000 things at once. But honestly, when these dances are fun and they're always fun, you're like, no, I want to be in this one. No, I want to try that one. It's just a matter of trying to see how much retention, how much you can keep in your head.
And that's the challenge in itself. Like I remember, like we started this process last semester just because once you come back from winter break, you literally have like a month and some change to put on a show. Yeah. So we started this process.
So this has been going on.
Since like October of last semester, we've been meeting the E-Board, been meeting on like drafting ideas and just starting the work of Apollo, so that when we come back, we're already like we have a snowball forming. You know what I mean? I remember I was like in my room, like, oh my God. The biggest challenge is like choreographing. Like, I'm not a choreographer. I could dance, I could learn, but to make my own and then to teach that, this was like a really big challenge for me. And I was just there like, how am I gonna do it? Almost like I was dreading it, but I remember
You've been doing a great job.
Thank you. 3 hours in and I had my first dance, and then from there it just
3 hours in. I think that would have took me a week.
Stop.
I think it would have took me multiple days actually. I don't know,
but it just like the challenge in itself is so beautiful. Like like one thing I love to say is that the journey is the destination rather than trying to get from like point A to point B. Like I try to embrace the journey in itself, like embracing the challenge in itself. Yeah. So that once you get to like that point where like you made something, you really could sit and reflect on how you got there. You know what I mean? It makes you appreciate it a little bit more. And sitting here now, having finished like the whole African section, I don't know how I did it, but it was a blast.
But you did it.
We're here, right?
We have how many days left?
Like 14 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And that's like
2 weeks, guys. In 2 weeks.
14 days.
You get to see the show that is.
And it's not just me. It's not just me. We got amazing choreographers for step, for Caribbean, for American. Like every section is fire, Like every section is fire. Like how can I not do it? everyone's like, how you doing it? Man,
How can I not?
fire. How
Yeah.
can I not? Like,
I get it. I
this
love
is
the
the
drive that you have because I know what's your major and your minor. I know that you're also battling with a lot of rigorous workload in terms of classes, and you're a junior, so that means you have to start balancing everything at once while also thinking ahead about your future because, like you said, dance is just something for fun. So I know you have a more serious side to you when it comes to your work. So tell me about that.
Yeah, so my major is public health on the sociology track with a minor in Africana studies. It's kind of like STEM, social science. I'm taking 5 classes right now. You know what I mean?
Is this your first time?
Taking 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my first time taking 5 classes.
I took my first 5 last semester. Well, that's when I taught the class. But
yeah.
It was a lot. But
yeah, I literally don't know how we're doing it, but I really have a passion for like just getting to understand people. Like I love seeing the world through other people's perspectives. Like if you know me, like I'm not a chit chat type of person. Like I like to sit down and ask you questions and really talk and observe. You know what I mean? Because the way you like grown up, the way you've been raised is a reflection of who you are, how you see the world. And to me, I found that really interesting. So that's where the sociology aspect comes into play. I always knew growing up I wanted to help in some form. I took my first public health class here, and like the advocating for that, you could tell I like to speak to. Like, it all just
such an eloquent speaker.
Thank you. But yeah, it all worked together, and I'm really big into like knowing about African American history, even though I'm not like a Black African American and I have like my ethnic roots. These are things that affect me, even though my parents or I don't have generations that are connected to like slavery. These are things that affect me, even though I'm not an African American.
Yeah.
So it all just works out, and all of the classes have things that intertwine with each other. So it's just like how to like help a community in need that takes into effect disparities, things like institutionalized racism and how that kind of unfolds in the reality of people every day, knowing that I'm coming from a small little town in Brooklyn, New York City, being the first child to parents that are not even from here, you know what I mean? Like, I have the experience in itself. So the sociology aspects just allows me to like, you know,
explore
see it from other
it.
people's perspectives, explore it a little bit more, and then with the Africana studies, getting that history, it just all, like, you know, it fuels me for real. I really have a good time in my classes. I really am invested in that.
Yeah.
How do I balance it, man?
How do we all balance it?
How do we balance it?
F&M is hard, but they really teach you a lot. They really know how to form really intellectual students. That's what I can say. That's what I love about the liberal arts education. I feel like, yes, we can learn sociology, Africana studies, and other universities and colleges, but because of this school's liberal arts program, it seems like everything is interconnected in terms of your classes. So you start making connections and you're like, wait, no, I know about this from this class, or this connects to that class, and it enriches you even more.
I'm saying, like, I don't think I would ever have an opportunity like that, the way F&M encourages us to, like, test the waters, like, take a minor, you know, take a certificate, like, check this class out. You literally don't have anything against you. And that's one of the, like, biggest things I'm really grateful for coming to school here.
Yeah.
Not only does it challenge
How did you get here?
I'm a posse scholar, just like you. So in high school, my college counselor introduced me to the to posse, and he was like, it's worth a shot. 3 long interviews, 3-hour interviews, but it's worth it if you get it. I was like, why not?
3 very
intimidating, intense interviews where all you could do is just be yourself and hope that people understand you. And thankfully, I was understood, and here we are. I'm a posse scholar at F&M, just like you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, 3-hour move too. That's big. Like going from New York City to Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
How were you able to adjust when you got here? Because I know Brooklyn, New York, Lancaster, PA. Completely two different things.
Yeah, no.
It took me a while, and I know you're a junior, so you had a little bit more time to feel out Lancaster, PA. So how are you feeling about it so far now?
It definitely took me a while, especially considering that I was class of 2021 in high school, so it was still COVID time. So even so, when I was coming here, it wasn't F&M at its prime. You know, there was a lot
plays
of
a big factor.
Yeah.
I know you guys have to go through a lot with that.
Yeah, and then like my whole my whole senior year in high school was online. To coming here, like in a way, it didn't really give me the full effect that I wanted, and it also like took me a little bit longer to accustom myself to like going to school here because I've seen different F&Ms from my freshman year to now.
Yeah.
But I will say that I'm grateful for going to school here because it's like a break from the city, and it's kind of similar in many ways, but not really. Over time, I really just had to find my community, find where within the F&M community do I thrive most, where can I feel comfortable in being who I am, and also engaging with people who aren't from the same places as me, so I could also like, you know, have that experience, have that perspective of being placed out of New York City, because New York City is genuinely a place of its own.
So the last question I like to ask you is, what are 3 things that you would tell senior year you and those students looking to F&M for a college education?
3 things that I'd tell senior me. I'd tell senior me to step out my comfort zone, because you are going out of New York, so that in itself is stepping out. You don't know what to expect. Do not let that intimidate you or shy you away from having the college experience that you won't have again. Another thing I would say, don't be afraid to ask questions. A lot of people are curious, a lot of people do not know, and don't let you not knowing about things shy you away again from enriching your experience in any way you can. Ask those questions and get the information you need so you are better equipped for the things you are going to do. My third piece of advice, be yourself. You will find your crowd, and you never need to change who you are genuinely. I promise you, if you're just yourself, you will find your people, you will find your crowd, and you will feel at home at a place like F&M.
Well, there you have it. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Today, I'm your new host, Jaff Joseph, and you'll be seeing a lot more of me. Get used to it. You're gonna see a lot of change in scenery. We're gonna change it up a bit, and you know, change is a good thing. So,
This is Genab, and it's a wrap.